Faith is putting your fear into action. Faith is acting when it's painful. Faith is changing your perspective. Welcome to the Earn Your Happy podcast. I'm Lori Harder, founder of The Bliss Project, 3-time fitness world champion, fitness expert, and cover model turned self-love junkie, lifestyle entrepreneur, and author. Each week, I'll bring you a guest or a thought that will help you bust through your fears, connect to your soul, and get focused and clear so you can elevate your life, business, and relationships. We don't wait until we're ready for someone to tell us we're good enough. We take what we want and we anoint ourselves. Get ready to earn, own, and unapologetically rock your happiness every single day. Are you with me? Here we go. Welcome back to the Earn Your Happy podcast. And it's time for another quickie because there's always time to fit in inspiration. And I love that you just quoted that with me. Maybe did, maybe didn't. Anyway, I want to remind you that EventLuv is coming up. Guys, there's only 11 spots left. There might be less than that when you hear this podcast. And the price goes up December 18th. So you must grab your spot now. And this is a super intimate event, 50 people. We are keeping it small so that you can become that speaker, that confident leader, and be able to understand what it takes to have profitable events. You guys, this is for anybody who wants to have an event, anyone who wants to become a better teacher, leader, facilitator, podcaster, whatever that looks like. Learn all about how you could turn your passion into your business. If you are nervous, this is exactly the place that you are supposed to be because it is going to give you the skills to manage that. So back to the quickie. Today, I want to talk about perspective. And you know this word. You know that perspective is your power, but I really want to talk about, are you using it? Are you actually understanding, which means applying and using it in your life? If we say that we know, but we're not using it, you're not actually understanding and you're not embodying. So perspective is a beautiful thing that can turn something negative into something that is actually life-changing and positive. And the most successful, brilliant, happy people that I know have the power to change anything negative into something positive. They have perspective, and it is their superpower. And I can honestly say that I have been flexing, working on using this muscle over and over and over. And we just finished up a 3-day event, our Fast Foundations Mastermind, and it was the second group of 2019. We run our Fast Foundations Mastermind twice a year. And I love the second event out of each group because it's kind of like their graduating class. It is the event where people have come back into the room for a second time. They don't have as many nerves, but they also have a new set of stories. So you guys, when you know that when you join something, when you walk into an event or a room where you're super intimidated or you did something that's way outside of your comfort zone and you know that it's going to make you either level up or you're going to feel like you're going to crumble under pressure. Those are those moments where perspective is everything. Perspective is everything. And then the second time they walk in 3 months later for their second event, they either feel a lot more confident or a new story has developed. Wow, I really don't feel good enough. Wow, I feel like, these people are moving at such a faster pace than me. Wow, I didn't do the things that I said I was going to do. Now, that could be something that's either going to take someone like that down, or you could have the perspective of, oh my goodness, thank God there's a second event because maybe I did not do the things that I wanted to do. Thank goodness there's a second event because this lack of confidence is showing up again. Thank goodness there's a second event because my God, my confidence is low and I need this tribe now more than ever. Thank goodness there's a second event so that I can show up in a way that I wanted to in the first one and didn't. So I'm using this as an example because we were talking about it. A woman who's in that particular mastermind, Jocelyn Freeman, was like, you have to talk about perspective because I talked about it in the room. and how powerful it is, because I will share that she was feeling, the first event she came, as far as I know, she loved it. They were learning a lot. They were having breakthroughs. And the second time that she came, she found that the event, like the room, when she shows up in certain rooms like this, where it's a lot of people up leveling, like-minded people, that she was getting triggered. And she was getting triggered in a way that she had said that she was questioning herself. She didn't feel like she fit in as much. She didn't feel like one of the cool kids. And she was really wondering about her worth and, all of these different things. And it's crazy because looking at her and her business and just who she is, I would never have ever guessed that she was ever dealing with anything like that. But you guys, we should all know we're all humans. I mean, I walk into those rooms and I'm completely triggered and feeling like maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I'm not providing enough value. But that's exactly where I need to go, because my perspective says, no, if you're feeling this way, this is where the work begins. So you guys, we can read all the books, we can do all the things, we can join all the programs, but until you show up when it's hard, until you flip a perspective that doesn't feel good, that's the actual work. That's go time. That is game day. That is the Super Bowl. Like, you can talk all you want. You can read all you want. You can be listening to this podcast all that you want. But until you're in a moment of being really down, of questioning yourself, of doubt, of being in a situation where you are about to not go do something and pull yourself out of the game and sabotage yourself again by not showing up in the room or going to the thing or going to that lunch or going to that party, you're taking yourself out of the game because of your perspective. And if you flip it and say, oh, that tough stuff is game day. That's where I find out what I'm made of and create what I'm made of. Not even find out, you guys. That's where you create what you're made of. That's how you create the diamond. Put yourself under pressure. Show up and stay in the room, even when it feels like shit, even when you feel like you don't belong there, even when someone says something rude to you. That is game day. That's the opportunity. That is the work right there. That's where you get to stop talking and start becoming. So flipping your perspective, and Jocelyn had said on the last day, she was like, it's so crazy because it's just that opportunity, like, to flip my perspective and know that these are the rooms that you have to be in and have something completely wildly change your perspective. And it's really funny because we do this thing where we vote for someone who's shown up and given a lot in the room and really been someone who's changed a lot of things for people and who's added a lot of value. And we do a vote in the group. And Jocelyn just so happened to be one of the top 3 who was voted on for being appreciated, being seen and valued. So what a perspective flip, right? She was just moments before in the bathroom talking about how triggered she was feeling and that she didn't feel like she fit in or was a cool kid, and then gets voted on by 50 peers that she was one who was, really stood out as adding value and that people were grateful for. Talk about a perspective flip. But sometimes we don't get that validation like Jocelyn was able to get in that room, but you have to validate yourself. And I know that she would have done that anyway. So Jocelyn, thank you for not only inspiring this podcast, but for really, I know, helping a lot of people and for what you would have done anyway, which is flipping your perspective, which you're a genius at. So you guys, where is something that you can flip your perspective? Maybe you're headed to the gym right now and you're like, shit, I hate the gym. Like, when am I ever going to like it? And you're like, oh, my perspective is, thank God I show up and I do something hard. And yeah, this may not be easy, but this is where I build that muscle for maybe my future business or when relationships are challenging. Like, I show up, I go through, and I take care of myself. This is that time to take care of myself and prove to myself that I can just keep showing up for the challenging thing that is going to make me better. So sometimes we look at it like, especially the gym. Oh, if I don't see the results, if this doesn't change my body, whatever, it's not worth it. You guys, the gym, the hard stuff, the challenges, the tests of your patience, the sitting in traffic, the annoying phone call from an in-law, from your mom, from a sister, from a brother, from a friend, someone being rude, that rude email, that's the stuff where you become a better version of you. Stop shying away from it. Run straight toward it. Does it feel good? Hell no. Does it make you better? Hell yes. Without it, you don't get to become a better version of yourself. Without it, you don't get to actually practice that faith that you say that you have. Faith is action. right? Faith is fear in action. Faith is putting your fear into action. Faith is acting when it's painful. Faith is changing your perspective. You guys, I have so much love for you. It's actually completely freaking wild how much I love all of you guys and getting to see who I'm talking to. It's even better when I get to meet all of you who I get to chat with all of the time. As I move into 2020, my gratitude list has all my listeners at the top. I feel very connected to you. I feel like you actually give me so much life and things to look forward to. So thank you for letting me live in my purpose. Something that you can do if you love this podcast is just share on your stories, go subscribe, go rate, go review. That would really mean the world to me. I have some really big goals around this podcast so that I can make it better, make it a huge focus of 2020, which means I get to put more time into content, which means you get more juicy, rich content out of this podcast. So rate, review, share with a friend, text to a friend. That means the world. Go do it right now. I would appreciate it more than I could possibly tell you. I love you guys so much. Until next time, earn your happy. Bye, everyone. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me on the Earn Your Happy podcast. I am so glad that you stopped by. If you could take 1 second to share this episode with someone you think would love it, that would be absolutely amazing, and we would be forever grateful. Also, please leave us a review if you feel so moved by going to iTunes and leaving us an honest thought, an honest comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to hear more of. It would really help us out on our journey to helping thousands and thousands of people. Until then, don't forget to earn your happy. Thanks again, guys. Bye-bye. Hey, do you know what the big secret is this year? And it shouldn't be a secret because this should be your biggest focus. It is building your community. I am always working on building and nurturing my community, and everyone is talking about the power of community. Without an online community, you just cannot grow organically or create a real movement, which is what I know that we're all after. And you can build trust or monetize your audience. When you get community right, not only does your audience grow faster, but so do your sales. But where's everybody going to be managing their communities these days? And a lot of online entrepreneurs and thought leaders are turning to Circle.so. Circle is an all-in-one community platform. It lets you host content and create discussions, live streams, group chats, and memberships all under your own brand. And what's so cool about Circle.so is that you don't even need a website or Facebook group. Instead, Circle lets you build your own community site where you can host content and manage your members. You can even create locked and unlocked content spaces, groups, and classes. How freaking cool is that? You can put your content behind a paywall too, and you can charge different amounts of money for different spaces on your community site. Circle.so is famously easy to use, and it has a free 14-day trial for you, so you can go check it out, see if you like it, see if you love all the options. Just go to Circle.so. Go check it out right now, you guys. Imagine being able to manage your community, start group chats and live classes, and accept payments all in one place. Kind of mind-blowing since this is usually spread all over the place. You have to log into so many different things. If this is the year to capture, organize, and monetize your community, head over to Circle.so. You can get a free trial and start building your online community right now. Just go to Circle.so. You guys, you get the 14-day free trial. So just go and see if it's for you. It's going to streamline everything and make your life so much easier. It's so freaking cool. Hey all, I'm so excited to share with you, Earn Your Happy is now part of Growth Day Podcast Network. A bunch of us are coming together to bring more growth to the world and support shows and brands that we truly believe in. And one of my friends is also on the network, and I'd love for you to go subscribe to his show. You guys, Trent Shelton has the most incredible podcast. It's called Straight Up with Trent Shelton, and it's going to remind you that you are built for this. I have heard Trent speak in person multiple times. I've listened to his podcast a ton. He's coming on the show, and I literally cannot wait because this man just spits straight fire. It is like truth that goes to your core and makes you take action right away. If you want one of those podcasts that when you're just out on a walk, you can't help but want to start running and run through a wall in your life, this is the show to go listen to. So you guys make sure that you go subscribe to the show, Straight Up with Trent Shelton. You're going to love it.
Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. And I want to make sure that you have my phone number, and I'm not kidding. Did you know that I have a community text number? For real. My phone number is 310-496-8363. This goes directly to my phone. All you have to do is text the word daily to 310-496-8363. And I literally text you every single day, Monday through Friday. I actually just got done 30 seconds ago texting a bunch of people back, and I talk to you all of the time. You guys, people always ask me how I got my community text number and how it works. Well, all you have to do is you can just go to community.com and get your own. Community makes it easy to get a phone number that you can use to build your audience using text. People just text you at your number and they're added to your group. Then you can text them out audios, video links, anything you want. You guys, I text out happy birthday videos. I love to send podcast links, thoughts about life, book recommendations, different events that I'm doing in the local area. Texting gets me out of the noise of social media and directly into your hand. And now you can start texting your people too. Just go to community.com to get your phone number. They give you a 10-digit real phone number, not those weird short codes that look like spam, but it's more than a phone number. Your new number comes with an inbox for SMS and texting. This means you can actually manage your text list from your computer and an app on your phone. You can schedule text to send at certain times and to certain groups. You can even set up auto replies or let your assistant or customer service team answer your text messages via Community's awesome dashboard. Just go to community.com and ask for a free demo. They'll show you how it works and get you your number. It's time to start texting your audience versus just posting on social media. Everyone uses Community for that. So go check them out at community.com. I can tell you it's not just great for communicating with my audience, but Chris and I use Community and our texts to also sell out our launches. I'm telling you, you get such an incredible response because you really are creating a true, deep sense of community. And it's so intimate. It's freaking amazing. Go check it out at community.com.